Duke Energy will pay a $7 million fine for groundwater contamination at a coal ash site. It's all part of a settlement the company reached with the state environmental agency today. WNCN Investigates Jonathan Rodriguez joins us live in the studio with details. Jonathan.
Well, Sharon, initially DENR, which is now the Department of Environmental Quality, tried to fine Duke Energy $25 million. Duke vigorously appealed it, saying the state violated its own policies.
It's the largest fine issued in the history of the agency.
It may be, but it's a fraction of the original fine DENR slapped on Duke Energy for groundwater contamination at its Sutton plant in Wilmington.
We didn't think that DENR followed its own policies in a fair and consistent manner.
The main dispute was centered on a DENR memo from 2011 that laid out how the agency handled corrective actions.
The intent of the memo was, in fact, by the prior administration to prefer remediation instead of civil penalties, and we think that's an irresponsible policy, and we intend to pull that policy.
After 6 months, the parties agreed to settle.
Duke Energy will pay $7 million, and that resolves all groundwater issues, past, present, and future, at our 14 different coal plants.
As part of the settlement, Duke also agreed to a quicker cleanup at 4 of its sites: Wilmington, Asheville, Blues Creek, and the HF Lee plant near Salisbury.
We need to go out and take care of it and make sure that we contain it, but the good news is drinking water supplies remain safe.
Is it still DEQ's understanding that all 14 sites are leaking at this point?
That is our understanding.
Duke disagrees, but the one thing they can agree on is they're both glad this dispute is over.
What it does, it allows us to focus all of our resources, and Duke to focus all of their resources, on the cleanup and the closure of these coal ash ponds.
Now that we have cleared yet another legal hurdle, that we can put our focus toward that kind of work, and that the state is able to do that as well.
DEQ says most of the $7 million in fines will go to North Carolina schools. Sean?
All right, Jonathan, thank you. A Fort Bragg soldier's long and